3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
3, 2, 1.
Taziyar Balawan Ban Yashrala.
Taziyar Banza Balawan Ban Yashala. Yahaba Shim Yashabrakata. We definitely need some more wine. Oh. It's like this the other hand. Set with the right. La Yashrala. La Yashrala. 'What the prayer books in? Can you get that couple of them? Where is the prayer books? Oh. Taped up, man. All right. And with that, Amayim, which means to stand. Sar, which means to turn. Upon your Hakudam, which means to face the east. And we're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in the ancient Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malak with Ka. Taba'ah. Ratazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Dalanawa. Lacham. Kal. Yawam. Wasalach now. Kabawath now. Kasalach now. Kabawath now. Wala'ah. Tabi'ah now. Manasaya 1. Above. Harashai now. Mayan. Bride. Kaya. Lakab. Hamalakwa. Ha'ala. Watapa'arath. I will love you. Aman. Now we're going to do the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
All right, now we got the power prayer. Yahweh. Ba'asham. Yahweh Shai. Babakusha. Natalano. Haka. Lara Pa'a. Kamachala. Kalmadawa. Haka. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Haka. Lahakwiyam. Hamathium. Haka. Al-Rohawa. Hatama Allah. Lagarashan. Ba'asham. Yahweh Shai. The water. Amen.
Now we're going to do the power prayer in English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power. The power to hear all manner of sickness. And the power and all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it.
Now we have the blessing prayer. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shai. Wa Meyaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Matazab Ya'ah. Alawak Yahana. Ha'alawapim. Hasaranyim.
Hasaranya,
Akwatazayanyo,
Akwatazayanyo,
Hakaya Yalyum,
Akayalayim,
Wahakwatin,
Wahawatyan,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahasham,
Bahashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
the water.
the water.
Come on.
Come on. Now we're going to do the blessings prayer in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh,
And Yahushai.
and Yahushai,
And Michael.
and Michael,
And the angels.
and the angels,
Commanding General Yohanan.
commanding General Yohanan,
The general.
the generals,
The captain.
the captains,
The officers.
the officers,
The troopers.
the troopers,
And the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushai,
Thank you, so be it.
thank you, so be it.
You need some water out? I got you. You need to take drink some right now?
One second, y'all.
All right, Psalm chapter 121. Asha,
Aisha.
Ayanya,
Ayanya.
Ahaharium,
Ahaharium.
Ma'ayan,
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'a,
Yabaa.
Isaiah,
Isaiah.
Isaiah,
Isaiah.
Ma'ai,
Ma'an.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Asha,
Aisha.
Shamayam,
Shamayam.
Wa'arataza,
Wa'arataza.
Al-Yatan,
Ayatan.
Lamawat,
Lamawat.
Ragalka,
Ragalka.
Al-Yanawam,
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka,
Shamarka.
Hana,
Hana.
La'a,
Da'a.
Yanawam,
Yanawam.
Wala'a,
Walala.
Yayashan,
Yayashan.
Shawamar,
Shalomar.
Yasha'ala,
Yasha'al.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Shamarka,
Shamarka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Tazalka,
Tazalka.
Al-Yad,
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka,
Yamyanka.
Yawamam,
Yawamam.
Hashamash,
Hashemash.
La'a,
La'a.
Yakaka,
Yakaka.
Wayara,
Wayara.
Balayala,
Wayala.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka.
Makal Rai,
Kalra.
Yashamar,
Yashamar.
Athnapashka,
Alphanapashka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yashamar,
Yashamar.
Taza'athka,
Taza'athka.
Ubawa'aka,
Ubawa'aka.
Mayata,
Mayata.
Wa'ai,
I
Awalom,
will Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help coming from Yahweh.
My help coming from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold,
He that keepeth Yashala.
he that keepeth Yashala
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is the shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Now we got Psalm chapter 83.
Ooh, snap. That's some little writing, boy.
Ready? Alahayim,
Alahayim.
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Thacharash,
Al-Thacharash.
Al-Thashakwat,
Al-Thashakwat.
Al-Hayahana,
Kayahana.
Awayabyaka,
Awayabyaka.
Yahamayawan,
Yahamayawan.
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash.
Al-Aimaka,
Al-Imaka.
Ya'ira Yamwa,
Ya'arayamwa.
Sawadah,
Sawadah.
Wayatha,
Wayatha.
Ya'aitazawa,
Wa'atazawa.
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Amarwa,
Amarwa.
Makawa,
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam,
Winakatidam.
Magalia,
Magali.
Wala'a,
Wala'a.
Yazakar,
Yazakar.
Sham Yasharala,
Sham Yasha'al.
Iwadah,
Awadah.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Nawa'aitazawa,
Nawa'aitazawa.
Laba,
Laba.
Yakhadwa,
Yakadwa.
Aliyaka,
Aliyaka.
Baryat,
Baryat.
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa.
Ahalia,
Ahalia.
Adawam,
Adawam.
Wayashamayala,
Wayashamiyalu.
Yamawa'aba,
Yamawawa.
Wahagariam,
Wahagari.
Gabal,
Gabal.
Wa'aimawan,
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimalak,
Wa'aimalak.
Halashat,
Halashah.
Ayashabya,
Ayin Yashabya.
Tazawar,
Tazawar.
Gamashawar,
Gamashawar.
Nalawa,
Malawa.
Imam,
Imam.
Hayawa,
Hayawat.
Zarawai,
Sarawai.
Labanya Lawat,
Sabanya Lawat.
Salah,
Salah.
Aishalaham,
Aishalaham.
Kamadyan,
Gamadian.
Kasayasara,
Kasayasara.
Hayabyan,
Hayabya.
Banakho,
Wanakal.
Kwayashwan,
Kwayashwan.
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ayan,
Ba'ayan.
Da'ara,
Dahara.
Hayawa,
Hayawa.
Daman,
Daman.
La'adama,
Ladama.
Shayathumwa,
Sayatumwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yamawa,
Yamawa,
Kairab,
Kairab,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Alba,
Wakaza Ba,
Wakaza Bak,
Wakata Zalmanai,
Wakaza Zalmanai,
Kal Nasaya Kamwa,
Kal Nasai Kamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Nayarasha,
Nair Shah,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Na'awa,
Na'awat,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahayat,
Shayathumwa,
Sayatumwa,
Kagalgala,
Galgala,
Kakwash,
Kawash,
Lapanya,
Lapanya,
Raha,
Rafa,
Kaash,
Kaash,
Daba Ira,
Ira,
Yaira,
Yaira,
Wakala Haba,
Wakala Haba,
Salahat,
Salahat,
Karayam,
Harayam,
Kanthara Dapma,
Kantar Dhamma,
Basa Iraka,
Basa Iraka,
Wabasa,
Babasat,
Wapaska,
Opatka,
Daba Halam,
Kamahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'at,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Palawan,
Palawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahaw,
Yahau,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahalwa,
Wayabahalwa,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Wayataparwa,
Wayataparwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Kayatha,
Kayata,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahaw,
Yahau,
Labadka,
Labatka,
Al Yawan,
Al Yuwan,
Al-Kaha,
Al-Kaha,
Arataza.
Arataza. Now we're going to do Psalm 83 in English. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thou silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo,
lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee,
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
Come,
and let us cut them off.
and let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being a nation.
That the name of Yashala
That the name of Yashala
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together
With one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom
And the Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites
Of Moab.
of Moab
And the Hagarenes.
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal.
Gabal
And Ammon.
and Ammon
And Amalek.
and Amalek,
The Philistines.
the Philistines,
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur has also joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
They have opened the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them
As unto the Midianites.
as unto the Midianites,
As to Sisera.
as to Sisera,
As to Jabin.
as to Jabin,
At the brook of Kasan.
at the brook of Kasan,
Which perished at Endor.
perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like Oreb.
like Oreb
And like Zeid.
and like Zeid.
Yea.
Yea,
All their princes of Azabah.
elder princes Azabah
And Azamuna.
and Azamuna,
Who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of God in possession.
the houses of God in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
Make them like a wheel.
make them like a wheel,
As a stubble before the wind.
as the stubble before the wind,
As the fire burneth they wood.
as the fire burneth their wood,
As the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest.
with thy tempest,
And make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame,
That they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name,
O Lord.
O Lord.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame
And perish.
and perish,
That men may know
that they may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth. Sorry? You want to turn face to front?
You can set it down. My soldiers, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Mashabia, which means we can sit.
Yeah, is that camera right? You gotta change this camera every day. Every class is a different way.
Use 2A because it's tighter on that one. No, don't do that. You gotta aim it down.
It's hot. Or am I? It's just me?
No, it's hot.
Say, point that fan.
It's hot and dusty.
Huh?
It's hot and dusty.
Y'all feel it?
Yeah.
No, I can't. I don't care.
$33 and 9, right?
Did we finish that last time? I forget, sir.
It was 33 nonsense.
And Esau said, I have enough. My brother, keep that thou hast unto thyself.
We passed that.
Yeah, we passed that. We're not marking it down.
We should have.
That's the last marker.
It's actually been a few weeks, but 34 is where we should start, I believe. Chapter 34.
Oh, that's true. We haven't been in. Chapter 34.
No, we didn't get that far, bro.
So you're saying we just got the rest of
We're still in Genesis 33, right?
We didn't get all the way to 34.
Yeah, we didn't get to 32.
well, I know we're past 9, but it should be
Because we need to get to the point where everybody dwells in one seed.
I forgot. We haven't been here in a month.
No, we was here 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, so we skipped a week.
Oh, I wasn't here.
Yeah, we start at 9.
All right.
Yeah, because they just met up, and he was like, "What's all that for?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "It's a present for you." He's like, "I got enough. Keep what you got." You know what I'm saying?
Genesis 33 and 9.
Hey, throw me the propels are still at your crib?
Don't come.
Yeah, we need those. Pass me a water, bro. Poverty shock.
Oh, this looks weird.
You gotta go to interlinear version. INT. There you go. Just go to verse 9.
I don't come. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 33, verse 9. Wayamar, Ashua,
Yasha.
Yasha, La'ai, Rabba, Achai,
Akia.
Akia, Yachai,
Yahaya.
Yahaya, Laka, Ashar, Lak,
Laka again.
Laka. Verse 10. Wayamar,
Yaiquab.
Yaiquab, Al, and
Na'a.
Na'a, Ayam, Naam, Na'a,
Matasaathia.
Matasaathia, Khan, Ba'anyanyak,
Ba'ayanyak.
Ba'anyanyak, Wa La Kata,
Close. Wala Kwachath.
Wa La Kwahath, Mahatayam,
Manachathia. Manachathia.
Manahathia, Maya,
Mayadya.
Mayadya, Kai, A,
Khan.
Kan, Ra'ata,
Ra'ayathia.
Ra'ayathia, Panakwa,
Panyak.
Panyak, Ka, Ra'ath, Panya, Alaham,
Alahayim. Wathara Tazanya.
Wathara Tazanya. Verse 11. Ka. Na. Ata. Bara.
Barakathia. Barakathia.
Barakathia. Ashara.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Haba'ath.
Haba'ah. La'ak. Kaya.
Hananya.
Hananya. Alahim. Waka. Aisha. La'ai. Ka. Why
Wayapatazar.
Wayapatazar. Bawa.
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 Wayakwa.
Wayakwa. Verse 12. Wayamar. Nasha. That's a Tasa, right?
Nasaaya.
Nashaaya. Wa Nalak.
Wanalaka.
Wanalaka.
Wa'alaka.
Wa'alaka. La na da kwa.
Wanagadak. It's like a lanagadak.
Wanaladak.
Yeah, lana. Lanagadak.
Verse 13. Why?
Stop at the foot.
Come on. Why Yamar? Alawa. Adanya.
Danya.
Adanya.
Yadai.
Yadai. Kai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Hayaladyam.
Hayaladium. Rakam. Rakam. Rakaham.
Rakayam.
Rakayam.
Or Rakyam. Something like that.
Rakayam.
Rakim. It says Rakim. Rakyam.
Wahatazan. Wahatazan. Wahabarak.
Wahabakor.
Wahabakor. Ailawat. Ailaya. Wa the Paquam. Waya.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Achad.
Achad. Wa mata.
Amathwa.
Amathwa. Ka'a. Khatazan.
Last verse.
Verse 14. Yabar.
Ya'aibar.
Ya'aibar. Na'a. Danya.
Another phrase for this is auto one. There's the wa that could possibly be there.
And that's verse 14.
Yeah.
So say it again.
Adanya can also be pronounced auto one.
Adawan.
Adawanya. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Adawan means my Lord.
All right, but if you put it into what's it's gonna say something like I have seen the face of God. That's where that's the phrase of it, right?
Oh, Adanya, or Adonai. Yeah. Well, they pronounce it Adonai in Yiddish, but see, look, the original word Adon. Look, it's Strong's 113 is Adawan.
Yeah, like Lord, right?
Yeah, that's the original. That's the root word.
That's what I'm saying. See, when we get to the English, I'm gonna show y'all.
But this one says
Adanya.
Yeah.
The root word is still Adawan though.
It's just the way that the oppressors put it in the phone.
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
we say Adanya, but we say Adawan all the time. So if you
Yeah.
know a better vocabulary word or one that you're more familiar with, you could use it and it's not incorrect.
it's like how do you say Isaac?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're saying because it could be Yatazak or it's like Yatazakwa.
yeah, Tazakwa. There we go. You know what I mean? It's just how the oppressor puts it in the what's the name. He's gonna.
Yeah, we're reading this interlinear version, but even that is not is.
It's like saying Tawada and Tawada. There's nothing wrong with Tawada.
It's like saying Bahashem.
Yeah.
It's me saying
Bahashem.
Bahashem like a
You
motherfucker.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Different
nothing.
dialects.
It's nothing wrong with saying it like that. It's just like a different dialect.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like when you hear, like, you speak Spanish, right?
Mhm.
And then you go to like somewhere else, like Puerto Rico, and they speak Spanish too. There's nothing wrong with the Spanish that they're speaking. It's just they're just speaking it in a different dialect.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean? It's like somebody saying from New York, somebody saying something from Texas.
Yeah.
It's two totally different dialects. What's up, Capiar?
Oh, but that's what I was thinking too, because like there's not like a circle. There's like some ways, because some people have different accents, like you were saying.
Yeah.
So there's not like a certain way that you have to actually. Because some people are gonna say it, and they're gonna be like Tawata.
Yeah.
To what?
Like, I love the way Atlanta niggas talk. I love the way they talk.
Atlanta?
Yeah, I can do my impression later.
Hometown.
We're gonna get us in trouble, man. We're gonna get checked.
I'll do it later. Hey, toss this in the trash for me.
Hey, can I get a 1, 2 rubber shot?
All right.
La Panya is the next one.
It's supposed to be 107 degrees today.
107?
Yep. You better drink that water.
Adawan, La Paña. Ibarwa. Wa'anya. Wa'anya. Na. Damn, this one's long. Hold on. Ata.
Nah. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Ata. Na. Ha. La. A.
Mm-hmm. Let's look up the root word. So the root word is Nahal. The root word is Nahal.
Okay, so it's
Nahal.
Ata Naha. Ata Naha.
Ata Nahala. You got the ha that's added at the end.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Ata Nahala.
Ata Nahala.
Mm-hmm.
La Atai.
That's actually a ta. Tawa. Or la'atwa. Something like that. Again, you hit that thing, it says you at or ata.
I don't recognize the last one.
What do you mean?
This one right here.
That's not the last one. Remember the ya, there's that little apostrophe.
it's
Don't you keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
But that's a ta. Remember, like a piece of toast? Remember how we write it?
Okay, yeah, it's awesome. So it's La.
That's how I remember. Piece of toast.
Yeah. It's just got a little dot on the top. La. Tha. Ta.
La'atawa.
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 Damn, I could read this apart. All right.
La'atya, something like that.
La Atia. La Ragal.
Mhm.
Ha. Ma.
Mhm.
La'a.
Hamalaka.
Hamalaka.
Mhm.
Ashara. Ashar. La Panya. La Panya. Wa. La Raga.
Mhm.
Ha.
Hayaladyam.
Hayaladium.
Kind of like, you know how when someone calls a son a lad? That's like I think that's like an Australian thing. A young lad?
Yeah, like the British say.
Yeah, British. Kind of that's kind of almost the same thing as hayalad. That's like it. Hayaladyam. Because the word son is yalad. So yaladyam is multiple
these
sons.
sons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Haladium. Ida. Ashar. Abaka, no, Aba'a, Allah, Adanya, Adawan, Sha, Ta,
I, Yara.
Sha'ai Jirah.
The word on that is, yeah, that's the whole thing. Sha'ir or something like that. But it's Sha'ai Yara.
That's 14, sir.
Go to the English.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 33, verse 9. And Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep that thou hast unto thyself.
All right, so this is the So let me lay the backdrop. There we go. That's better. All right, the backdrop. So what happened was that Esau came out to meet Jacob with 400 men, 400 people, right?
Mhm.
But it wasn't to go to war or anything. They came out to see who was out there saying he was Jacob, right? So they got out there, they embraced each other. They, you know what I mean? And then Esau seen all this cattle, and you know what I mean, and things that Jacob was given as a gift to him. So he says, you know, what's all this? You know what I mean? That's what he asked. And then Esau asked, what's all this? And then Jacob told him, it's a gift, a present from you, a present for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then Esau turned around and said, well, you know, I have enough, my brother. Like, you understand? He's being we established last week that Esau always wasn't a terrorist to Jacob.
Right.
You know what I mean? He always didn't want to kill him. He ain't seen him in forever, and both of their parents are dead now.
Yeah.
So Esau is his only relative that he has left.
Yep.
So when he seen Esau, he's like, hey, you know what I mean? What's going down, brother? Like, you feel me? And then Jacob brought a gift. And he was like, what is that? I got enough, man. You keep that, like a big brother's supposed to do.
Yeah.
You think what I'm saying?
Because they left on bad terms right after he had taken the inherit or basically the inheritance by tricking the father. So they were sworn enemies. Like they left on beef, like it was on sight basically. But so many years had passed, they had built families. It's like, man, we gotta just put that we just gotta set that aside. You know what I mean? And then just have a family day or whatever. And that's got to be something, you know. That's probably one of the only times white and black people actually was hanging out and not trying to kill, not trying to one up each other in some sort of way. Or maybe they was. I don't know. It's lucky. That's it. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And Jacob said, Nay, I pray thee, if now I have found grace in thy sight, then receive my present at my hand. For therefore I have seen thy face, as though I had seen the face of God, and thou wast pleased with me.
Gabriel?
Right, so is this one of those moments where he was like, no, I'm getting offended because you're not taking my kid?
No.
Oh, it wasn't one of those moments?
No. It was more like, you take it. No, you keep it, brother. No, I insist. I brought this as a gift for you. No. I got enough, man. You go ahead and keep it, do your family thing, man. It was something more like that. You know how brothers go when brothers come down here from other zones,
Right.
and we go out somewhere and they're like, I got it. No, brother, I got it. Man, no, I'm a guy. I got it, man. You let me stay at your crib for free. You know, I got it. I'm gonna pay for some. No, man, I got you as a guest in my city. I got, you know what I mean? They basically arguing over the gift. You know what I mean? Nah. And then Jacob went up and said, nah, man, when I seen you, I've seen the face of God. I seen the face of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that sounds like a bit much. I don't know about stretch that far.
But it ain't. But remember, God is what is God in the Old Testament? What is that word, God?
Power.
So when I see you, I see power, brother. You know what I'm talking about? So I brought the gift for you. You the Lord of the zone.
Right.
You take it. You dig what I'm saying?
It's like it too.
That's basically what he's saying when he said, "I seen the face of God." You know what I mean? Like you the face of power in this zone. You hear? You take this. This is for you. You know what I mean? Thank you for housing me. What's up?
I was gonna say, a lot of times brothers they do that. It's almost like a big up, or kind of like what's the word? Not puffing up, but kind of like it's like a term of endearment. Yeah, it's almost like how when a brother comes down and he's wearing like a new garment or something, you're like, hey, okay, I see you. I'm trying to get like you. They always say that, right? Like, I'm trying to get like you. It's almost like, yeah, I see you, see what you got going on, see the family, everybody will come together and stuff. And so there's like a mutual respect. It's like a mutual respect that he's expressing so that they can be, so that it's almost like, the scripture says sweet language multiplies friends, right? So that's something that is shown here because he's basically just being kind. Because that is his brother after all,
Yeah, go ahead.
So he's saying, and God was pleased with me. He's saying he wants approval or confirmation that we good.
Basically,
right?
Basically, but Esau trying to tell him like, I don't need no gift for me to say we good. You my brother.
But Jacob wants.
Jacob was like, man, just accept it from me. You know what I mean?
So that
Esau was trying to be the big brother. Like, no, I ain't accepting nothing. You feel me? You keep it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to give me no gift. I love you. Like, you know what I mean? They're both actually showing brotherhood. You know what I mean?
Right.
Why he stopped?
Who?
Esau.
We're gonna get into this, like, you know what I mean? Because the next couple stories is they have a falling out.
Okay.
Falling out.
Yeah, man, we can get there. If we can get there, bro, hey, we can actually go through some falling out. We've been here for a whole year, 2.5 years, and we ain't even got through Genesis yet.
Right.
So we're gonna be able to get through it. All right, let's go.
Verse 11. Take, I pray thee, my blessings that is brought to thee, because God hath dealt graciously with me.
Right, because God has grown. So he's trying to bless Esau because the Lord blessed him. You think what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And because I have enough, and he urged him, and he took it.
Right, you know what I mean? I have enough. I gave some to you, and then what did Esau do? Esau took it. Esau was like, all right, no sweat. You know what I mean? He finally buckled. He was like, might as well take some extra. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And he said, let us take a journey, and let us go, and I will go before thee.
Right, go ahead.
Verse 13. And he said unto him, my Lord knoweth that the children are tender. And what does that mean? And he said unto him, my Lord knoweth that the children are tender.
Right.
And the flocks and the herds with young men are with me.
No, not with young men. It says the flocks and the herds with young.
Okay, I see. And the flocks and herds with young are with me.
What does that mean? The children are young, right? And the flocks and the herds with young are with me, right? What does that mean?
Okay. The kids, the human kids, and the baby,
the flocks and the baby, the calves,
baby animals.
the baby animals that he got with the baby cattle are they're with them, but they got young. What is can young cattle go long distances without having to stop and rest?
No.
Okay, what about kids?
No.
Right. So that's what he's telling them. But keep going.
And if man should overdrive them one day, all the flock will die.
Right. You feel me? If you overdrive them, all the flock is gonna die. Right. So what he's telling them is he said, let's read the next verse.
Verse 14. Let my Lord, I pray thee, pass over before his servant, and I will lead on softly according to the cattle that goeth before me, and the children be able to endure until I come unto my Lord unto Seir.
Right? Who lives in Mount Seir? How y'all want?
Esau.
Esau lives in Mount Seir. So what Jacob is telling him was like, well, let my Lord go before me. You go first. You feel me? Then I'm gonna dwell here and let everybody grow, everything grow, and then we're gonna meet you in Mount Seir. That's basically what he's telling. That way he said, let my Lord, I pray thee, pass over before his servant. Jacob's the servant. Jacob saying that he's the servant. He's been ever since he went back to Esau or went back to his land. He's been saying that he's the servant.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
He's been calling Esau Lord. You dig what I'm saying? Make sense?
Right. I do.
All right, let's go back. Let's go back to Hebrew.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 33, verse 15. Wayamar, Aisha, Atazah, Na'a, Imakah, Imak, Ma'aim, Hayam, Ashar, Athia, Wajamar, Lama'a, Lama, Za, Amatazah, Khan, Ba'anya, Ba'ayanya, Adawan. Verse 16. Wa'ai shas
Wayashab.
Wajashab Bahyawam Bayawam
Hahawa.
Hawa Aisha La'ata Rakwa
Barakwa.
the Rakwa
Sha'ayara.
Sha'ira
It's like a Sha'ay. Yeah. Sha'ayara.
Sha'ira. Verse 17. Wajakwab Nasai Sakata
Sakata.
Sakata Wa'ai Ban
Wayaban.
Wayaban Lawa
Mayath.
Bayath Wala Ma
Walama.
Quad Nakha
Kwanawa. Walama Kwanawa.
Wala Ma Kwanawa Aisha Sakat
Saka.
Sakat Isla Kan Kara Sham Hamakwayawam
Hamakawam.
Hamakawam Sakawa.
Yep.
And that's a wa, right? Does it?
Yep.
Or yeah, okay. Wa. Verse 18. Wa'ai Yaba
Wayaba'a.
Wayaba'a Wayakwab
Shalom.
Shalom Ira Shakam Ashar
Ayara. That is the right thing. It's a city. Shakam.
Shakam. Yeah, Shakam Ashar, Baharasha,
Rataza,
Baharasa,
Kanaim,
Kanaim, Canaan, all right. Kanaim,
Baba,
Baba,
Awa.
Baba Wa,
Mhm. Papadan.
Mapadam, Aram,
Mhm.
Wa Ayahan,
Wayachan.
Wayahan, Ata, Pana,
Panya.
Panya, Ha'ira,
Ha'ayra.
Ha'ira. Ha is the,
Yeah.
okay, Ha'ira. Verse 19,
Wayakwan.
Wayakwan, Ata,
Mhm.
Halakwath,
Mhm.
Hashada'a,
Mhm.
Hashada'a, Ashar, Nahda'a, Sham,
Ahawa.
Ahalwa,
Mayad.
Mayad, Banya,
Mhm.
Hamawar,
Hamawar.
Hamawar,
Mhm. Yeah.
Abaya, Shakam, Shakam, Ba, Ma'a, Bama'a,
Mhm.
Kishata'a, Kishata'a, Kishata,
Mhm. Shayat. It's a Pashayata.
oh shit, what happened?
Pashayata. You must have hit something. Go back. There you go.
Pashayata,
Last verse of the chapter.
verse 20. Wa'aitazab.
Mm-hmm.
Sham,
Go ahead.
I said it right?
Wayatazab.
Wa'aitazab, Sham,
Mazabach.
Masaba, Wa'ai Yakara.
Mm-hmm.
Wa'ayakara, Lawa, Al, Alaha,
Alahaya.
Alahaya, Jasha. Oh, Jashala.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Ka, right?
That's it.
Continue.
That's the end of that chapter. No, correctly. He was in verse what, 14?
Finished at 14. I started at 15. Yeah, 15. 15 and 20. It was the book of Genesis, chapter 33, verse 15. And Esau said, let me now leave with these some of the folk that are with me. And he said, what needeth it? Let me find grace in the sight of my Lord.
Right. So now you saw, yes, Capiar.
It's like it says some, so that wasn't all of them. The 400 men wasn't.
No, he said, let me leave some
Oh,
with Jacob. That's what he's talking about. Go ahead. You gotta remember, Esau left in a. I mean, Jacob left in a hurry. So everything that was Isaac's got left down to Esau because Jacob left in a hurry. You feel me? So all that 400 men, that's Esau had his own men. Isaac had his own men. Is it Rebecca? Is it Rebecca? Rebecca had her own people that gave him her father and stuff, right? All that was left to Esau because Jacob dipped off by himself. So when Jacob come back, Jacob just everything that he got from Laban, you know what I mean, is what came with him. You dig what I'm saying? All right, go ahead. Verse 15 again.
Verse 15. And Esau said, let me now leave with these some of the folk that are with me. And he said, what needeth it? Let me find grace in the sight of my Lord.
Right. So he's talking about, let me leave some of the people that with me with you, and then I'm gonna leave and go back to where I need to be, but they're gonna stay here with you, and whatever. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like you're their Lord, basically. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying?
But
Go ahead.
Verse 16. So Esau returned that day on his way unto Seir.
Right.
Verse 17. And Jacob journeyed to Succoth
Mm-hmm.
and built him an house and made both of his cattle.
Booths.
And made booths of his cattle.
No, not of his cattle, for his cattle.
And made booths for his cattle. Oh, like
Yeah, like stables.
stable. Therefore, the name of the place is called Succoth. Verse 18. And Jacob came to Shalem, a city of Shechem,
Mm-hmm.
which is the land of Canaan,
Right.
when he came from Pandan Aram.
Yep. Hand down and wrong. There you go.
Pandan Aram, and pitched his tent before the city. Verse 19.
Right. So he went into the land of Canaan, right? Like, but not all the way into the land of Canaan.
right.
You know what I mean? And he pitched his tent near the city. You feel me? So he went out of Esau's land into the land of the Canaanites, but not all the way into the land of the Canaanites, not all the way out of Esau's land.
Right.
And he pitched a tent. You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead.
Verse 19. And he bought a parcel of a field.
Wait, a what?
A parcel of a field.
He bought a piece of a field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He bought a piece of a field. He bought some commercial land, basically.
Okay.
You want to get that definition for me, Ayala one? Just get the definition of parcel. Don't get the what's the name of and the Strongs and all that.
Don't come.
Yes,
So he was at the border of Canaan.
and the
Canaan?
border of Esau's land,
Okay.
in between both of them. Like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this right here.
He's a real estate agent.
That boy don't listen. That boy Ayala one don't listen.
What? That's the. Oh, you just want the
That's what I
Google?
said. That's what I said. I said.
I
give
mean,
me
it
the
still
defi-
gives you a definition.
That's what
without
I
the
said.
Google.
But I didn't say that.
Parcel. I mean, parcel. You know all about that. You work for FedEx. It said parcel, a thing or collection of things wrapped in paper in order to be carried or sent by mail. Second definition, a quantity or amount of something, especially as dealt with in one commercial transaction.
So he bought him some land so he can have a commercial transaction, like so he can put everybody that's with him on that land. You understand that?
Tonka.
Yeah, he bought property.
Yeah, he brought property, a commercial property.
Right.
He didn't just buy him like a little piece of land. He bought a whole bunch of land for you know what I mean? Keep going.
So, where he spread his tent at the hand of the children of Hammer, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money.
It even got the amount that he's paid for it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's that specific. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And he erected there an altar and called it Elohai Israel.
Go ahead and give me that definition, Ayala one.
El-
You can use your Strongs for this one. Elohi, Israel, Elohi. Elohi,
El
Israel.
Elohim.
But okay, so he said that he put an altar there, right? What is he doing when when they put an altar anywhere where they pitch their tent, bought the land, so, you know what I mean, and pitch a tent and make an altar? What are they doing?
He's marking his territory.
He's marking the territory for the Lord. You know what I mean? So he's so cunning. So Esau, man, you go back there. I'm way here with all because you know I got young children and I got a young herd with they young. I got a herd with they young. Go ahead and go back to Mount Seir. You feel me? Where you live, and I'm going to do well here, and I'm going to join you on Mount Seir.
So, slide. Did you want that ready now? It says Al Alahaya Yasharallah is a mighty God of Israel, is what it means. The name given to an altar, a location by Jacob.
That's what we're reading about right now. That's what we're reading about right now. And that's what he called it. You feel me?
Yeah. That's it.
Israel. Ain't that his name?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let you know, before we went and settled that land, not Esau, but Jacob, first Abraham was there setting out the land. Then Isaac went there and built altars in the land. Now Jacob's there building altars in the land. In that same land that was promised to us, you know what I mean? Before we was there before putting our what would you call it? Putting our feet to the dirt.
Yeah.
Makes sense? Gotta say it like that?
Yeah. It's fine.
I can't say it like that. We was there building altars to our God, solidifying our territory. Can I say that?
That's good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, in Spanish we have a saying. It's called "planta tu bandera." That means plant your flag.
Yeah.
So if somebody see your flag there, they know who it is.
That's what we was doing. But then, later on in the story, we leave that land because there was a famine in the land, and we go to Egypt with Joseph.
Okay.
You do what I'm saying? So, and we wasn't there for hundreds of years. So other people settled that land. You do what I'm saying? It's like now, you go downtown, there's a whole bunch of abandoned buildings, right?
Mm.
Let's say we go down there and we buy the building, or you know what I mean? Because people ain't there, but then like we buy the buildings, start setting up ours, you know what I mean? And then somebody gonna come back and be like, it's our land. But this ain't your land, it's ours. You know what I mean? But they it's a different understanding because they abandoned the buildings. You know what I mean? There we just left. It was already ours. We just left it. You know what I mean? So it's just like now. We left the land in 70 AD, and the Palestinians and all of them been there. You know what I mean? You dig what I'm saying?
Come.
You understand that?
So that's our land, but also is like how we live here now. Before us, there was nobody living here. Does that make it our land as well?
What you mean before us? There was nobody living here.
Like before Israel came over here to this
Oh,
side.
yeah.
So this makes it ours, right?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
This land is my land.
So we got two lands.
This
We
land
got,
is your
That's a
land.
colonial track.
Oh no! I just remixed it. You know what I'm saying? This land is my land. This land is your land.
so Israel. So the land that Jacob bought is our land, and this is our land as well. But this is not the promised land.
Yes, like Canaanites was in our land, right?
Mm.
Where are they? Where are they?
Africans.
Is Africans in that land now?
Yeah.
Nope. Arabs are in that land. Egypt.
Oh, they.
Egypt back then
Arabs.
was an African land, right?
Yeah.
Are the Egyptians that was there back then there now?
No.
I don't know.
No, they're Arabs
The ones that are in Africa.
in Egypt right now. They're Arabs.
I didn't know that.
That's why there was so much of an uproar about, was it Netflix putting a black Cleopatra on the show, which technically was historically inaccurate anyways, but they was extra mad in Egypt because they just don't like black people, period.
So Egyptians aren't African? Oh, sorry.
No, the Matazarium is African. The Egyptians are, but the people in the land now, it's like no different than our land, Israel. People in the land of Israel now, the real Israelites? No. Hell, even the Iranian president said, "You don't leave black and come back white." That's what the Iranian, I don't know what you call them, the what is it called, Ayatollah or whatever the hell.
Ayatollah.
It was one of them older ones though, like from back in like the 60s, 70s.
I had to explain to my rib about Cleopatra, about how she wasn't dark skinned.
She wasn't. She was Greek.
I know she was Edomian. She was from Edom.
Idumea. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
You don't remember the history about the Ptolemies?
Yeah.
The Ptolemies, how when Alexander died, they split up his kingdom, and the Ptolemies took Egypt.
Yeah.
And then, like 100 years later, Ptolemy died, and his son and his daughter Cleopatra, they split Egypt. That's where Queen Cleopatra comes from, but she was Idumean. She was part of Alexander's. Like they were Greek.
Yeah.
They wasn't African.
Yeah.
They wasn't black.
Yeah, no, the con. That's why the whole Netflix thing was kind of weird.
The people that was there was dark. The people that was there in Africa was actually Egyptian.
So they just mistake her to be Egyptian.
They didn't mistake her.
Oh,
The rulership was white.
Yeah.
The rulership was white people.
Oh,
Just like in our land, Antiochus, whatever it is, Antiochus Epiphanes.
Antiochus Epiphanes.
Antiochus Epiphanes. He was Edomite, but he was ruling over Israelite land. You know what I mean? He wasn't an Israelite, he was a white man. But he was ruling over Israelite land. So the people that he was ruling over was black. But he was a white man. Just like in the people that were ruling over Egypt were white people, but the people of the land was dark skinned. Make sense?
Kind
I didn't know that.
You know what got me? You know what got me in that Netflix special? I'm sorry. Sidebar.
You watched it?
Yeah.
I know your ass gonna watch it.
No, I'm gonna watch it.
I still ain't finished the Ottomans, man.
Well, what got me right is that the Cleopatra was dark skinned, right?
Yeah.
She had a baby with babies with Mark Antony and with Julius Caesar, right? But those babies was like all fully black, like they were fully dark. They was fully dark skinned. I swear to you. And I was looking at it like
in the show.
Yeah, and I was looking at it, I was like, so how did that happen? I was thinking about how did that happen? They got Julius Caesar, a white man, playing with a fully chocolate baby. I was thinking about my boy like that. That's a witchcraft.
They blackwashing history now.
Yeah, that's witchcraft, bro. That's witchcraft.
But Salaki, you know what's crazy about, if I could, is that they'll give our people anything that's gonna make them wear an ankh.
Right.
That's like the Reggae Fest, right? The Reggae Fest is so important because we go over there and everybody wearing ankhs. What happened to the Shield of David? Like, that's supposed to be all over the reggae situation, right? With the Rastafari, even though it's off, they still rock the Shield of David. Now it's all ankhs and dashikis and umbuktu and, tongue clicking and shit. Now it's like, that ain't even reggae no more.
You want to? Oh, what's up?
So were the pharaohs white?
Nah, the pharaohs were actually Shemitic. A lot of those pharaohs were Shemitic. A lot of those pharaohs were from the lands of Shem.
Yeah, but not Israel though.
It's not Israel, but the land of Shem.
That's I forgot who that
was. One of Noah's sons.
Yeah, Shem.
Yeah.
But who are they?
The Shemitic people?
Yeah.
Shit, Shemitic white people are Shemitic people. East
So
Indians are Shemitic people. Chinese, Japanese, Persians.
So they were white. The pharaohs.
No,
but they were
none of those people I just named are white, except Edomites. And Edomites aren't even all white. Because Bob Marley's an Edomite.
Yeah, because his dad was a slave owner. Right?
You know what I mean? So all Edomites ain't white, just like all Israelites ain't black.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say black. Not all Israelites are dark skinned.
Were the Roman rulers all white?
Yes,
a lot of them. Yeah.
Yes, into a certain time with Septimius Servius. Yes, until 193 AD. Yes, they were all Edomites. But in 193 AD, it was the first dark-skinned ruler took over in the after. So y'all remember Gladiator?
Yeah, that's my favorite movie.
After Gladiator, when Commodus died, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't leave no heir. nobody to take over. So there was 5 different generals that it was the year of the 5 kings in 193 AD, right? 3 of them died, or 3 of them took throne, they killed him. Next took throne, they killed him. Next took throne, they killed him. Then it left Septimius Niger and another general. Septimius Niger ruled the south, ruled the east, and the other one ruled the west. But then they just gave it to Septimius Niger because he had more military power and more military might, and he was a military man, and all the generals, I mean all the soldiers, like, what would you call it?
You just better folk.
No, they rallied around him.
Yeah.
So they made him emperor.
So like,
And then he ruled into like 217, and then that's when his line started coming. It's called the Severus dynasty.
so like, sir.
Yeah.
Was he an actual Israelite?
Septimius Servius?
Or was he like a Obama type situation where he looked like it was actually not Israel?
No, they're gonna call him African because he came from the plains of Africa. But remember, back then we were all mixed
in Africa.
Yeah, we were all mixed in together. You know what I mean?
Well,
this is after 70 AD. This is after 70 AD.
And it's like, so he had white folks rallying around him. This is like there's white folks nowadays that'll really like literally be down for, let's say, LeBron James, right? Or hell, I even remember when I was working at Spectrum, there was a lady that would not stop talking about how much she loved Russell Westbrook, watching him play. You know what I mean? Be down for him. So I can imagine that because of our flavor, you know, the scripture saying that we're the salt of the earth, that we have that way of swaying people to, you know, because we're the trendsetters and things like that. That perhaps even within their governmental structure, there was brothers that was able to start getting people to like them, even though obviously that's not our place of rest, and that was a place of oppression.
I mean, you're looking at it from back then till now. Back then was just they considered when he was considered a Roman.
They respected power then.
No, they didn't respect power. They just respected him as a Roman because he was a Roman general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Colin Powell's American.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? An American general. That's what they respected as. So they wasn't looking at him as, it wasn't so racial back then. You know what I mean? It's only racial now. Like back then, they didn't consider like white people and like Romans and Greeks, they beef with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're both Edomites.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they didn't look at it as black and white. They looked at it as nationality or different countries as empires and rulers and things like that. So whatever that was better for the Roman people, they did it. You know what I mean?
Is that partially, that had to have been influenced by the Persians' Medes because of how much of a conglomerate of different nationalities and ethnicities that made them strong? So the Greeks and Romans, they saw that and was like, well, shoot, if we can have people help build our nation, and they may consider it.
Nope. Because when the Persians and Medes were ruling, they didn't bring in other people and make them Persians.
Gotcha.
They brought in other people and made them slaves, servants. You know what I mean? Roman people brought in Egyptians and made them Roman.
I touched it in the term.
You think what I'm saying? You understand that? Roman people made other people that they made subservient Romans, to where they can actually take the throne.
Okay, they made them.
You think what I'm saying? Made them citizens of Rome.
Yeah.
So where they can actually come in and take the throne. You know what I mean? Because that's where you get people like Mark Antony, because Mark Antony was from what's it called?
He was Roman, right?
Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Spain was once just an annex of Rome, and then they made them become Roman. Same thing with the Gallic people.
Yeah.
With the Franks and the Gallic people and the English.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When they conquer people, they just made they made them like tributaries for a little bit, where they pay tribute, and then they just made them come in to be Roman.
Like us.
I don't know what that means.
Like we can become Americans.
Yeah, well,
through a certain process.
If you're born in America, you're American because you get a Social Security card and a birth certificate and all that.
But that's not our nationality.
That is our nationality. Wait, that's our citizenship.
Yeah.
Our nationality are Israelites, but that's our citizenship. You know what I mean? Yes.
Like, so back then, it was easier for a black man to be in power than it is today.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Hell yeah. Back then, all you had to do was just win a whole bunch of wars, get power into the military, and you know what I mean, and then have your name amongst all the Roman soldiers, and they'd be like, Capiar, Capiar, Capiar. You know, until a Roman emperor dies, and the next thing you know, the back then the army was the one that raised the next emperor. You feel me? So if you was a strong military man, you could be emperor. All that started with Julius Caesar.
Right.
He was Israelite?
Who?
Julius Caesar?
Hell no.
No.
I have a question. So
I don't know, but nothing says that he was Israelite. Everything says that he was a Roman from the Roman stock. You know what I mean? He was from a prestigious Roman family, but then he lost all his daddy or his granddaddy lost all their wealth and stuff like that. So it made him start over in the army and make him raise himself up to be Julius Gaius, because Caesar was his title, which means emperor. Kaiser, it means emperor in Latin. So Caesar was his title. So everybody after him was Caesar.
Couldn't there have been like black people who acted like they were Romans though too? Like Israelites who acted like they were Romans?
Septimius Servius.
Oh yeah.
He acted like he was a Roman. He was actually a Roman. He was like a Colin Powell.
Like Paul too, right?
No. Paul did act like a Roman until he fell off the horse.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Well, it says Christ knocked him off the horse, right? And he had a vision.
yeah,
And he was like, oh, snap.
he knocks some sense into him.
Yeah, knocked some sense into him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But it was easier then to get power than now, because back then all you had to do was win a couple wars. You know what I mean? Then you have, let's say you have 27 legions under you as general. You have 27 legions, and everybody else got 5. Who's gonna win?
You gonna win.
And then all those other generals are gonna be looking to you because you have 27 legions under your belt, and I only have 5. Yeah, General Capiar. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm with General Capiar.
Hold on now.
Capiar. You know what I mean? You have all the soldiers and everybody. Capiar. Especially if you promise to wherever lands we annex now, y'all gonna get lands and gold wherever we pillage. You know what I mean? And women, wine. Capiar.
That's how you get people to rally behind you back then, for sure.
Just like now.
It's like now.
How do politicians get people to rally behind them? By promising shit they ain't never gonna get. They ain't never gonna get it. What's up, Taziar?
My question is about what we're reading. Like, if things were so sweet in this ordeal, like Esau and Jacob weren't beefing, everything was straight. We what did we? Because usually when you got beef, somebody does something wrong to the other.
Mm-hmm.
What did we do to Esau, where like this turned into us getting murdered and locked up, and you know, like what did we do for them to like come back at us?
That's gonna be later on in the story, but we didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. It just happens. Like, brothers have oughts. You feel me?
Well,
Just oughts, like ought with each other. Just like right now, what we're reading, they cool.
Yeah,
they wasn't cool 20 years ago.
Before this.
Yeah, they wasn't cool 20 years ago. Jacob, Esau was trying to smoke Jacob.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
In today's sense, he was trying to smoke him. That's why Jacob had to leave to go to Laban's crib.
Yeah,
because Esau was trying to smoke him. You feel me?
but then all was forgiven, right?
Yeah, now. But then what happens later on? Something can happen later on in the story to make people start beefing with each other again. And you know, all the old stuff gonna come up. You know what? And then I'll still remember that you stole my blessing. Like I ain't forget that. Jacob like, oh, you always bullshit with that. You know I ain't still your blessing. The Lord promised it to me. Oh, your God, my God, daddy's God, your mama's God. Always promises something to you. Yes. You know what I mean?
I think it was the same.
Watch the movie Soul Food. Yeah. They was always, the sisters was always beefing with each other about something.
Because it also, like Ken said, like it was also because all the other nations was like power hungry.
I'm not understanding what you mean.
Like putting us in captivity, like it was power hungry. Like instead of like wanting to work with us, it was like, nah, we want y'all to be at the bottom, and we want to be at the top.
Well, shit.
It was always trying to do it wrong.
I think so.
We can say that, but it's our fault.
That's what I was about to say.
It's our fault.
Yeah.
We the ones that didn't do what we were supposed to do with God. And he told us in Deuteronomy 15 when he brought us out of the land of Egypt. He told us that this is what's going to happen if you don't observe and to do all my laws, statutes, and commandments. This is what's going to happen. Okay. Yeah, And we was like, whatever. Nigga. We test the waters because we had to be stiff-necked and rebellious. And y'all want brought out a scripture last week at camp that was talking about that. We just have to be stiff-necked and rebellious. If we was anybody else, if we was Ammonites, Moabites, Edomites, Ishmaelites, Elamites, anybody else in the Bible, it would not go like this. It would not go like this. The Lord would have came and brought them out of slavery, told them what to do, and they would have did it. They would have did it. They would have been on top ruling right now. Christ probably would have never had to die for them. Nothing. You know what I'm talking about? But since we are Israelites and we're stiff-necked and rebellious, that's why we got the greatest story on earth with the greatest king on earth. You dig something? You know what I'm saying? It's just like we're stiff-necked and rebellious, so there's nothing that anybody could do to stop us from doing what we was doing.
Yeah.
The devil's great at being the devil, and Israelites are great at being Israelites, which means being stiff-necked and rebellious. Everybody's not like you, Cappy. Everybody don't come into the truth and be like, come on, sir, and just do it. Right, Ayalawan.
Right.
Right, Taziar. That's right. Right, Kabar. Right. I was one of them too. We are all one of them, except you.
I don't want to do at first.
No, I don't want to hear that. As soon as you hit the ground, you are running.
Well, I mean, no, because at first I did reject it. I was like, I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that because you feel me? As soon as you met us, you was running. Ayalawan.
Yeah.
How long was you around before you started running? Years.
Yeah.
What about you, Taziar?
15 years.
What about you, Kabar? Years. I sat there and watched class for 2-3 years before I called Captain Tazariak and got the number for Captain Yatazak. I was sitting there bullshit. You feel me? I should have been here 2016, 2017.
Right.
But I wasn't. I waited till 2019, at the end of 2019 in December. I waited till Christmas Day on December 9th, on December 25th on 2019 to call Captain Yatazak. You feel me? I sat on the sidelines forever because I was stiff-necked and rebellious because I just did not want to stop smoking weed. Didn't want to stop messing with whores. Didn't want to stop doing gang banging, whatever we was doing out there. We just didn't want to stop. And it was easier to not, but then something kept us watching class and getting our soul convicted. Every class, every time you watch a General Muhammad class, you're like, damn, I am a piece of shit. I'm like, I just watched the class on Thursday, and I watched it on Friday, and I feel like he was talking this right to me. You are a piece of garbage. I am. You know what I mean?
You know what's heavy about that is that brothers that are willing to hear that and be like, yeah, you know what? I am messed up. Those are the ones that they come into the truth and hold on to it and appreciate it. But them people that are the stiff-necked and rebellious that stay that way, that are kind of trapped with that, what do you call it, the mark of the beast mindset, they hear that and then that scares them away because they, you know what I mean? Like they get offended by it. Right. But real ones, they hear that and they're like, you know what? I got to do better. Yeah. You know, like it activates something in them. But that's why this truth ain't for everybody, man. Like not everybody can do this.
Man, that's what Christ said. My sheep hear my voice.
No, I was gonna say I had just started experiencing all that, and I had just started, doing all that.
You want to be like us,
but I didn't know until.
You know what? You should just be happy that the Lord had mercy on you, because you could be like us and have to remember what the world was like, and being in the world and doing what the world thing. But since you didn't have really experienced that, the Lord took you away from that. The Lord took you away from that and put you with some brothers that have some experience that we can just tell you about. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Stop. Don't ever. You know what I mean? We can just tell you what not to do instead of you having to experience and go through those things. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? The Lord had mercy on you, because the Lord could have been like, yeah. You know what I mean? Nah, let him go through some. We'd be around for another 4 years. You give him 2 years of experiencing, and then you might been doing, and because the drugs that are out here got fentanyl in them. You know what I'm saying? You could have smoked some weed with fentanyl in them and never woke up. So the Lord had mercy on you and bringing you into school. That's why when everybody see, they say, "Man, I wish I would have found the truth at 20, boy. I'll be cold right now." You know what I mean? Yeah. I wish I would have been in here at 20. Real talk. How many people didn't told you that? Everybody didn't tell you that, boy. Because we look at it now like, you feel me? We still got some old ways in us that we're still trimming away. Yeah. You know what I mean? Fight ourselves, and we die daily, because we still remember what it's like in the world. That's a sacrifice, Art. And the Lord had mercy on your soul, because he could have put you out there. Could have put you out there in the streets. You could have been laid down with the dogs and getting fleas. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. What's up?
It would also be like you really close to the end, so it's like you like.
Oh yeah.
Really close to the end, like.
Yeah. That's why he brought me. That's why then he set aside for 10 years, 15 years, 6, 7 years, and then the Lord was like, all right, it's time. Go, quit playing, quit bullying. You know what I'm talking about? And he gave you that little nudge that you needed. Next thing you know, you in class. Like, damn, I didn't even think I was going, you know what I mean? I should have did this before. Real talk. Imagine if you was just in San Antonio, you the only one in San Antonio. Going back and forth to Austin and Houston for classes and camp.
Yeah, I would have lost my car and everything.
You didn't have to, you know what I mean? Y'all didn't have to go through that. Y'all didn't have to go through that. I had to go through that. Y'all didn't have to go through that. Y'all. There's classes in San Antonio now. There was no classes in San Antonio. There's classes in San Antonio now. You know what I mean? Me and Yalawan went to Austin to go to class. Remember? You know what I mean? So when people talk about they don't want to come to class, just be happy you can come to the class in the same city that you in.
Yeah.
Just be happy about that, because you know what I mean. You could have been having to go to class in Austin, in Houston. When Cap Yadazak come down here on Sundays and he does his scripture breakdown class in San Antonio, That class started where?
In Chantilly?
No.
Oh, in Austin?
No.
Houston.
There you go.
In Houston?
Yeah. Cap was living in Austin as camp leader in Houston. Going to Houston every weekend for camp and teaching class.
Mm-hmm.
Then he opened the camp in Austin on Friday, camp in Houston on Saturday, class on Thursday, on Saturday, on Sunday. Now he's all around Texas.
It reminds me of the general manager you around.
Right.
Or like a.
Bro, I can tell you how I was shot for Officer Gabble War and those other 5,000 that hold down Houston for Cap. And he could just go to Austin and San Antonio, Killeen, Rio Grande, and he ain't got to go deal with Houston like that. You know what I mean? Because he got experienced men that's out there. You know what I mean? You know, we just had a Texas tour and we went to all the zones, and imagine that. Imagine you doing that every single week. Austin on Friday, Saturday Houston, class in Houston on Sunday, and you coming back. That's what brothers like Officer Corral. You know what I'm talking about? Officer Tabasar, Kanak, myself.
They did that?
Yeah. There was no schools there, bro. We was just in the Rio Grande the other day. It's only Kanak still. And Yashikar. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Still. And these brothers was moving, coming to camp in Austin, coming to camp, 5 hours for a drive to camp.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? So let's push it to the limit. That's it on that chapter, right? Y'all you want to add something up? To get these brothers a boost of morale?
I was just gonna go off what you said. It's like, okay, so if they're doing all that, then yeah, we really ain't shit if we over here complaining about, going to camp 1 week. What I'm not saying anybody here, I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just saying that when your spirit starts to put those ideas in your mind, remember that sacrifices of these men that have set the foundation of the UPK in our area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then now what you're actually doing is you're setting the foundation for this city. This is still the ground floor. You know what I mean? Even with 4, 5, 6 brothers, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's still like early stages of the city. Like we don't even have a school here yet. Like it's like as far as the building goes, we're the founders of it here.
Straight up. And when brothers come in that's under you, they're gonna look at you to teach them what One West is.
Yep. One West is not lasciviousness. It's not laziness and
Cap before they meet those other 5,000s in Houston. You know what I'm talking about? Before they meet Captain Tazariot, before they meet anybody, they're gonna meet you first. They're out here in San Antonio.
Like that saying goes. You know that saying.
No, they're gonna meet you. They're gonna meet you, Capiar. Who checks people when they come into class? They're gonna meet you, Taziar.
Right.
They're gonna meet y'all. That's what they're gonna meet.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna see. You're gonna be the face of it. You dig what I'm saying? I'm looking at y'all like, oh, put my hands on, you know what I'm talking about? Go ahead and search me. And they're gonna be looking at each other like, yeah, these niggas is real. I've been to church all my life, bro, and I ain't never been searched. I got searched when we went to the club, so you know what I'm saying?
Search you for
I'm
church.
good. All right, yeah, I'm good. All right, cool.
The what?
You know what I'm talking about? Appreciate it for making me feel safe. You know what I mean? They gonna be in class like, you know what I'm talking about?
Damn, this nigga knows scriptures, man. He
You know what I'm saying?
Of his head.
So he talking about, so they checking me at the door. They, you know what I mean? They security on point, and they scriptures on point. They off, and then now they giving me ride home. I'll ask them if I want some water. You feel me? Hey, bro, you want something to eat? They trying to feed me. They brotherhood on point. They security on point. They scriptures on point. I never want to leave.
They'll be like, yeah, this brother pulled Deuteronomy 28 and 68 out the top of his head.
Like,
Hosea 4 and 6? What? Never heard that before.
you be looking like, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is duh. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they don't know this. They don't know this. Because, they coming in from a Christian pastor.
Yeah.
They get their sermons off Google. You feel me? When we actually out here, we got, we scripture. You hear more scriptures here and at camp than you ever heard in a Christian church.
That's true. And it's lucky too. I gotta say this before I forget. A lot of the cats that have been watching us online, some of them will even come in here with some of those scriptures in mind, thinking that they know something because they heard a few of the standard scriptures. You know what I mean?
You can put that same scripture and use them on a totally different subject. They'd be like, "Man, I didn't even think of that." You be like, "Yeah, I know you're not supposed to. You don't know this. You know what I mean? You haven't. I'm not gonna say been through nothing, but you haven't learned. You know what I mean? How to use the scriptures and how to. You know what I mean? It's like when Cap said, once you. You know what I mean? I read the story of Jacob and Laban 1,000 times. Then the other day we was reading, and I was like, this Laban was a sucker. So I didn't even realize it until the other day, and I read it 1,000 times, bro. And I ain't but you feel me? It's just the different times in your life. The more rank you get, the more you understand.
Like the example is yesterday when we were going over what King David said to Goliath, where he's talking about, I'm going to take your head off. You and all your boys about to be food for the birds and the beasts of the field, like straight up, like talking smack. That's like gangster rap right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like King David backed up what he said. He had the bars and he backed it up.
I'm gonna smoke you.
And that's why I made that post yesterday. It was real heavy because everybody's talking about this fight tonight. And I said, well, King David, he fought 5 weights above his weight. He's the undisputed.
We'll fight
He
tonight.
killed 10,000.
Earl Spence and what's the name?
That is tonight, yeah.
Oh, we got a brother tonight.
That's crazy.
That's tonight.
It's tonight.
Yeah, but like I said, though.
What time is it? What time?
Probably like
the
10,
redheaded
11.
Hispanic brother?
Huh?
The redheaded Hispanic brother?
No, that's Canelo. Him and Charlo are fighting in September.
Oh.
Now we talking about this is like Hitman.
You talking about the two black brothers?
He does not know who Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford is.
Are you talking about the two brothers that wear Air Force One? The black Air Force?
Yes.
Oh, no, I know.
They were both wearing black Air Force.
Oh,
it's gonna be a problem. You feel me? Y'all ready though, man?
Yeah,
what's up? My bad.
Real quick, I just want to say, because y'all was talking about brotherhood and whatnot. Like that's what kept me here, because I'm used to doing things, or before here, I was used to doing everything on my own,
Right?
and then I came in here scratching my head, right? Like, I don't know about this, but then just showed me a lot of love, and I was like, this is it.
Yeah, this
It's
is
what's supposed to be
You know why Christ died?
for brother.
Go ahead.
For brotherhood.
For brotherhood. I don't think Christ died for anything else.
Yeah.
Christ died for brotherhood. That's why he's dead. For his brothers and sisters. Got to put them in there because they be like, you don't talk enough about the sisters and sisters. You know what I'm saying?
If I didn't have all this, I'd be doing this on my own. I probably still be in my mama's crib, read all that.
Scripture says, woe unto he that is alone.
Yeah.
Damn, what's that?
Yeah.
Going to you that is
It does say that.
You know what I'm saying? For who shall be able to pick him up when he falleth, or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I know something.
It's in the Apocrypha.
And that's the thing that fake Izzy's out there, and people that are half stepping in the truth, or have people either in other camps, is that they get comfortable those moments that they're not around the school. I heard one of the heaviest things I heard one of the brothers teaching in Isupk said, you know what God you serve when you're at home and nobody else is around you.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? The scripture says, necessary patience in seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide. Meaning, you go have to really take the time to progress in this truth, but also be willing to understand that brotherhood is also a way for you to find extra guidance, and those are things that are built even beyond the classroom. You know what I'm saying? That level of brotherhood. That's why a brother could come from Chicago and meet up with a brother in California and a brother in New York, and they could have a glass of wine together or a strong drink together, and they chilling and chopping it up like as if they've known each other their whole life. That's not as common in the world. You understand? Like that's not something that happens often.
Yeah, because these like just think about the counsel you get in the world. If you have an art with a brother in the school, what the counsel gonna be? We need to go talk to that brother. Take him, you know what I mean? If you have an art with somebody in the world, I mean you have an art with somebody, and the counsel from a brother in the world is gonna be something like that. It's gonna be violence. That's the different type of. What's up?
You been talking to Yashika?
No.
We just had this conversation yesterday.
Oh.
It's like
That's just what it is. That's the truth. That's the truth. You feel me? That's the difference. And it all comes down to brotherhood and what these other Israelite groups don't have. These fake Israelite groups, they don't have no brotherhood, bro. They don't care about their brothers.
Right.
And every day they show it. Every day they prove it.
They just want to put us in jail. Our brothers and sisters in jail.
Some of them. All right, we good?
Yeah, set 12:50. Highlight that.
Can you go ahead and do it?
What?
Oh, highlight it. Ain't no highlighter over there. Find a place for those batteries, man. Don't just leave them out because y'all want going to take them home.
I already got some.
You said what?
I already got some. I replaced the battery on the mic for the camera already.
No, I'm talking about them batteries right there. And have you found that other microphone? See, y'all gonna give me a check, bro. Y'all gonna give me a check. And I ain't even the one that took the microphone from here. I guess y'all like to been above y'all getting checked, huh?
We'll find it.
No, don't say that. Because the Dow.com, we gonna cover fire and vengeance.
Fire and vengeance?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dow.com, fire and brimstone. Like, oh, well, Kabar, you know.
It's okay, Kabar. Don't worry about it. Like, well, that's your office argument. So, like you said, they took it without me knowing. That's what I'm telling you. Oh, that wine. My bad. I didn't do the wine. That's what I'm telling you. They took it without me knowing, sir. They took the microphone without me knowing, sir. It's locked.
Nobody knows what that one is?
Yeah, it's right hand. You gotta accept it with the right hand.
So
I know.
I knew it was right.
La Yasrala.
La Yashala. So whatever happens after I tell them it's like it, sir, they took it without me knowing. Khalid.
All right. With that, Amadum, Sar, which means to turn, Upanya Hakudam, which means to face the east. We're going to finish with the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shema Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakukah, Taba'ah, Ratazayakah, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawah, Hayah, Mashemayim, Thalanawa, Lacham, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Tabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Tabawatinawa, Wala'ah, Wahala. Tabi'ai now. Banasaya one. Above. How it shine now. Mayan. Right. Haya. Makab. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Watapa Rat. I will love you. Amen.
We will do the Lord's Prayer in English. Our
Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. All right. Sorry. Turn to face the front. Now we're gonna go salute this scroll.
Light the umbrellas in the way.
Y'all Bashim, y'all Shabrak, yeah.
Yahabashim Shabrak, yeah.
Y'all Bashim, y'all Shabrak, yeah. Disconnected.
Can you get it? Just unplug it and plug it back in, right?
Oh, no, you good. You got
Back to it?
Go.
Got it?
it.
I just want to
Good.
I'll turn it a bit. Just needs to turn.
You good?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, now we're gonna give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Amadu Shabbat, Imajim, Barak,
Yahabashim Shabrak,
Y'all give them a time. Then we go start turn the faces sisters for one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadu Shabbat, Imajim, Barak,
Yahabashim
Y'all give them a time. Class dismissed.